Code Enforcement Board meeting for January 22nd, 24. Call to order, please, and now roll call.
Bill Dixon.
Here.
John Stroud.
Here.
Lisa O'Neill. Here. Tim Skinner.
Here.
Alan Taylor.
Here. Under old business, you should all receive minutes of our last meeting via email. Have you read those minutes? And if so, I entertain a motion to approve them as submitted.
So moved.
Bill, make the motion.
Second.
Okay. Any question? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion is approved. Let's see, I know of no other old business that is pending. So under the category new business, we have an appeal, 0124, to deal with. Is there someone here representing? Yes. Would you please come? Steve, are you gonna set us up before she comes up, or how
We can both set you up on this one to kind of give you the background, because actually the appeals time is over on this. It's really not appealable, but when they contacted Steve, I told them that they could come and talk with you all, but I did want to make it clear under KRS 658001, the appeals time is gone, but we'll give you the background and kind of tell you where we are. That way you can have an opportunity to hear from them.
Okay.
Can I real
Sure.
quickly get a point of order for us? Chris, since being our attorney, since the appeal time is up, they actually, from what I read, refused the certified mail on everything. Do we even have any recourse as a board?
Well, I think you can choose to hear them. That's just a matter of public input. If certified mail was refused, as opposed to not found, then that's an indication that you've accepted the consequences of refusal. We don't send it regular and certified.
No, we send it certified.
In those situations where you send it regular and certified, and the regular come back and you refuse to certify, I look at that. That's the same as certified. But if you refuse it, I don't believe that you can.
So I want to make sure that the actual citation was claimed.
Gotcha.
The default order, because there was no appeal,
Yeah.
was
I got
refused.
you. And there's no question. Yeah.
So we as a board have very little recourse in what happened.
That's true.
So,
But you're certainly welcome, public body, your public comment.
so, just so you all know the background of this, for the last year, the property received 3 different notices for broken windows construction. We requested a interior inspection from them, and we didn't get a reply on that. That was May 10th. On September 21st, we mailed a second letter requesting an interior inspection, and the owner called, and he wanted to get with his partner to see what they wanted to do with the building, but didn't grant an interior inspection. But Steve went ahead and did the exterior. And Steve, do you want to tell them what you found when you did the exterior?
Probably easier to go to the photos now, Sarah. So in the photo, you see that the bricks on the facade there, or not facade, this is a masonry structure. Bricks are actually holding the walls up. They're what we call several lines thick. In other words, you have 1 brick, 2 bricks, and you have another brick turned this way. So that's what actually holds the building up. On that, you can see there's displacement of 2 inches. That means the brick.
But I can't hit him on the zone.
Is it red? Let me get here.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, here it is.
We may be muted.
Oh, and you're gonna mute you.
Okay, we good now?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear y'all.
Okay.
Great.
So, this is a masonry structure. Like I explained, there are several bricks thick, but you can see displacement of 2 inches on the front face of the brick. On the left picture, And the right picture, you can see loose brick at the top. It's, the bricks going up is called a soldier roll on top of that, and then below that is just brick going this way, it's moved out as well, as you can see. So there's loose brick on the front of the structure, there is displacement, so the next one. You can see displacement and step crack, which means there's structural movement.
Separation.
Yeah, so being that it's displaced, the bricks are moving. Let's go to the next slide. You can see there again, up to almost 3.5 inches of displacement. The further up the wall goes. We're getting closer. I'm on a ladder at this point. Go to the next photo. So that's you can see the shaded area on the left photo above the opening there where the door is. That's where the displacement is happening there. And again, let me point this up, right here on this area right here. So down here, the bricks are actually level, even. And then it's moved out 3.5 inches to about right up here. So you know,
That's on the side, that's, the sidewalk's right next to the wall.
That's on the
That's
front
it.
of the building.
Gotcha.
So this other portion is on the, if you're facing the building on the right side of the building, there's a hole in the wall where the bricks have either fallen out or been removed, one of the two. You can go to the next slide. So those darker areas, my finger is, I'm actually in between bricks. That's mortar deterioration. When you have mortar deterioration, the bricks will become loose and lending to movement as well. On the right side, that star is actually an anchor for the roofing system. That's what's holding the wood that's holding the roof up. When that is gone, there's nothing holding that wood up. So it's actually missing right here. The rest of them were all in place. It's kind of a crucial piece. Let's go to the next slide. You can see more of the stair step above that one window, and you can see a little bit better the displacement on this left side of the one face and the other face moving forward. Yeah. Now, this is the back of the building. You can see the roof has actually failed. The structural members they're actually inside the building at this point. There's a hole there. It's actually raining, snowing, everything is on inside the building. The longer that goes, more rot, deterioration, but it's gone long enough where the roof has failed. So that's kind of a indicator that we have, one, an unsafe structure, being that you have structural failure already, and two, the front of and that structural, just so you know, this back side of the building is masonry block. The other portion is masonry brick. Whenever you have that right there, it's pushing you against the wall too. Okay? It's not all necessarily on the ground. It's broken, pushing against the wall. It's just, these are typical of what happens in neglect, one, and moisture intrusion, long term. And do you have any more slides?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Any questions on the building?
So based on his review, just the exterior, not the interior, he condemned the structure. And prepared a notice of violation, condemned the structure, put the notice on the structure, that the structure was condemned. So we did the notice first, we did the citation second. The notice was unclaimed. The citation was claimed on October 25th. Their time went through the appeal. There was no appeal. You all hit a final order on November 27th. And then in December 21st, well, they contacted you in December before that to see, I think they wanted a building permit, or how did they contact you?
Prior in the year, I can't remember exactly what month, they said they wanted to get the owners together to see if they wanted to salvage the building. So we gave them time, we told them we're going to continue with the process. We hadn't heard anything. We didn't know what was going on. I believe Sarah did receive an email.
But it didn't say what the
But it
address
had no
was.
indication of what property it was referring to, someone was interested in. They were just giving us a quote.
Estimate for
An
the,
estimate for work to be done. We had no clue where it was referencing. I believe that that's what Mr. Mulis was speaking of when he came in to talk to us about indication of that he wanted to do something.
Because of the movement of the front of the building, we have now closed the sidewalk in front of the building and closed part of the street. So people will not park in front of the building in case there's any brick that becomes placed because of this. When they contacted me, I said, you can come and talk to you all, but we don't believe, it's a non-appealable, it's too late, our estimation. We were ready to go forward with the demolition of this property, and it is the city's position that we have the right and want to go forward for the public safety of the community, the people who are around that building to take this.
So is there someone here representing the owners? Would you please come forward?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I'm on here too.
Okay. Would you sign in and state your name and address, please?
Could y'all hear me?
We can hear you
Yes.
now. And state your name, please, for us on Zoom.
Oh, my name is McCory Noellis.
Okay.
Project Line Holden.
And your address, sir?
My address is 1425 Clay Street, Henderson, Kentucky.
All right, thank you. This is being recorded, so we need that information.
Okay.
And did you, whichever one wants to speak?
he'll speak.
Okay, could you hear me? Can y'all
Yes.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yes, the building, we do agree that the building needs to tear down. I had two contractors looked at the building, and we agree that the first part of the building needs to go, because that building is two different address. And if we got some pictures, if you look at the concrete, you can tell where the new concrete is and where the mason's at, where the pictures that he was showing you. These are bad, and he had gave us an estimate that it would be to fix it up. To us, it's not worthy. It's not worthy of fixing. But two contractors said half of that building could be taken off, and that other half we could keep it, and then we could build a new structure from the brick, not the brick part, but what is it called?
Concrete block.
The other structure. Yeah, if you see that, and we could build forward to whatever codes is gonna let us build it towards, because it's two different buildings with two different address. Because I don't know, when they first put it together, I guess that's the way they had it, and they had added onto it. So we do have a section that they say that is very good. There ain't no point of tearing it down, and we do have that, from Mr. I believe his name is Majors. I guess he's a contractor in Henderson, and I guess he works for the city. And he had given me a statement saying what we could do and what we can't do with that building. And plus, we got a quote for the roofing, for the back part of the roofing, and for the full part of the roofing, because I had got two estimates just in case we wanted to fix it up or in case we didn't want to fix it up. So that's why I got two. But when I talked to them, they was like, the back part of the building is fine. There's like, there ain't no point of tearing that down.
Okay.
But she could show you the difference. She could show you the pictures between what I'm talking about, the front part and the back part.
Don, did you say the original citation was issued in August?
Well, the original
Yeah.
citation was issued in September. We had other citations this summer for the windows and everything being broken.
Okay, so it was previous to August then?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Elvis, can you explain why there was no response to these citations going back 6 months?
Yeah, the first respond, there was no respond in the beginning because I'm a truck driver and I didn't notice the responding when I got home because I'm gone for a while. And when I got home, we contacted them in November. I sent my secretary an email, and in November, that was the first time we contacted them. And as soon as I got in town, I went to their office and spoke to them directly, and that was, I think, like at the end of November that happened. I went straight there and I spoke with them, and I was like, "This is what's going on. We got your notice. We got everything." And the only thing I asked was, give me about a month or a month and a half to get a couple contractors together and see what we need to do.
Okay, so what happened between July or August and November? There's 4 months. I understand you travel, you're on the road, but 4 months, you didn't respond at all to the citation. Can you explain?
No, 4 months, I didn't get it. Like 4 months, I didn't know what was going on until I got them. And when I finally got home, my mailbox was overfilled. So I came in, and as soon as I noticed that, first I called them. That was the first thing I did because that was the quickest way. And then once I noticed that, and then I came into the code department so I could address the issue.
I do want to say that the notice of violation was in September of the actual condemnation. The stuff before that were the broken windows.
But there was a citation issued for that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, do you have any comments for us?
You have some photos for us to see?
You know, we're looking at a back section of the building where the, Mr. Majors told you was savable. And
Yes.
I'm seeing quite a few bricks and blocks that are knocked out, the roof's falling in. And that
No,
back,
there ain't even a crack. On the back part, there's not even a crack on these blocks. So I don't know what part you're actually talking about. If she could show you some pictures, there's not even a crack on the part of it. Because it's two different colors.
it's the very back of the building with the
Yeah, that's the
roof
side.
Right.
falling in,
Looking at.
yeah.
That's
Yes,
the
on the
side.
side.
This is the
There ain't
back.
a crack on them blocks.
It's the,
Not
Yep.
one.
But was water and everything going into that and inside
it's
and?
this part right
If you give us the pictures,
here. I have,
I don't believe you want to give us your phone, because we
We're gonna have to have.
because we keep all the evidence.
Yeah.
no, that's not it.
This one here is shown.
I think it's a nice one.
I don't know.
All needs to be torn down.
If you show us the pictures, we have to have a copy of them for the record.
Because all the cracked pictures that they show, they're only showing that one side of the building where the crack's at.
Well, here's the problem that I see. We at this point, because of the time frame, have really no authority
The side of
to do anything as a board to stop the demolition and the citations that have been issued as this board. And that, the problem is the time frame and the lack of response in that time frame. So I'm not sure what we can accomplish beyond,
Because I think the last one they said was in September, and we respond September, and we respond. I think the last notice that they sent was in September, and then when I got it in November, I sent an email and I went up there and I called.
do we have any record of him making these contacts on these dates?
Yes, we got emails. We could get them to you if we need to have them
We
to
didn't
you.
know what it was for.
We received an email that was, like I said, it was a quote for work to be done. We had no idea the project it was referencing,
But he spoke, but it was you?
perhaps.
It
Yeah,
had the company name on it, so it
Recorded.
should have had the reference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was later.
it was like right after the red stuff got put on the building, the condemned, it was maybe a week after. that got put on there? Because I notified him that it was on there and he called you.
Chris, as I understand the law that we are operating under, we have no jurisdiction.
I think the train is at the station, and landowner's opportunity to file some civil action. But I think we could.
Yeah, because without the authority to act, we,
Yeah, you've already acted.
we,
Yeah, you've issued in November, a final order was issued. You have acted.
And there is Chris, there's a limited time to file in court, isn't there?
But that court will tell them whether you're timely. I'm not gonna tell somebody it's too
Sure,
late. They
sure.
can go up and file.
Sure.
so your only recourse at this point is to file in court, I'm assuming against the city?
To stop
And
the
this It
demolition,
would be an appeal from this,
Stop the
it would
process.
be an appeal.
to stop the process.
But we have no authority to act or vote on anything because of the limitation that's placed on us by law. That's it.
But what I would say is, even had they appealed this timely, the city would come in here and say, you all should condemn this property and order it being torn down. I don't think that their appeal would have prevented you all from, this property should have been condemned, period. What Steve has shown you all shows you that this property needs to be torn down because it's a public safety risk. So, you know.
But
one
like
of the-
I said, we could tear that down. Even on the property, it's two different properties we're talking about here. It's two different mailboxes, it's two different addresses. So the first one that y'all saying that needs to tear down, we are totally agree with that. We will tear that down. We don't have an issue doing that. But if we got two major contractors saying that the other property, because we're talking about two different properties, if the other side is not wrong with it, the only thing that is wrong with it is it needs to be put a new roof on that, and we even got a quote for that. So there ain't no point of tearing down the whole property when the whole thing don't need to be tear down.
So Don, is there
The
two
unsafe
deeds?
part, we could fix that.
It's one parcel. It's probably has two addresses because there's a road. It's probably at one point was road. But if you look at PDA, it's one parcel.
Okay, so
Two
in the
separate
PDA
buildings?
office, it's one parcel,
Yes,
okay.
it's 1400 and 1404.
But is it constructed as two separate buildings?
The
No.
1400 was the
I don't
original,
know how you tear it down.
the 1400 was the original plumber's building, and there was a house next door that they tore down to create the parking lot. That's where the two addresses come from.
Okay, so it's just one structure.
No, it's one structure.
Tim, did you have a comment?
Well, I mean, structurally inside, there wasn't allowed an interior inspection, right?
Steve has been in it now because he had to do the asbestos
Remedial. Yeah.
inspection.
It's one building.
So it's not constructed, not two buildings with a party wall, it's one building.
It's all open.
It's just got a masonry.
Yeah, the one side has a staircase, or, anyway, if I recall, the other side.
It's one building, but there's a newer side and there's an older side. There's a newer side that you could tell it was newer built or it was newer added onto it. So the newer side, there was absolutely nothing wrong with that. Any contractor, any construction guy will tell you that. I had two of them come and look at it.
I wouldn't dispute that the backside, the masonry, the concrete masonry units, the block is salvage. The other portion, being that it's one building, we typically would say it's condemned. But if he wanted to tear it down and save the back wall, it's 3 walls. He'd have to build another wall in front of it, but it can be salvaged.
So, let me ask you this question. At this point in time, if you tear down the main part of the structure in that back 15 feet, whatever it is, I don't know exactly, you tried to keep it, you would require a structural engineer, i.e. or an architect to design and certify the existing portion of the building that it was somewhat to today's codes. Is that a true statement?
We can do that.
We would require it. The city attorney's office.
But we as a board cannot
No.
recommend or propose that. So the only remedy is for them to proceed at this point.
With a demolition permit.
Correct.
And there was asbestos found in the building, so it was asbestos tile. Yeah, so under our current
State law.
state law, because this is a commercial, not residential, so even if they tear it down themselves, it's commercial, so they have asbestos removal on the, so, you know, if they don't get a demolition permit, we will proceed with the condemnation. We will act on the condemnation.
How long do they have to get a demolition permit?
It's good for 6 months, so my recommendation would be that they get it within this week, so, we have to get a asbestos person to remove that, which takes time. We stop that process when they contact us to come forward with that. How long do you think that would? Don't be asbestos, yeah, get asbestos, if we have to abate it.
And plus, if we are going to limit, if we are gonna do that, okay, fine. Okay, say if y'all want to get rid of it or whatever.
Okay.
At the same time, if y'all do want to get rid of it at the same time, I mean, why can't I pick to demolition it? Because at the end of the day,
We would
all
love
these
for you to
bricks
get
are worth
demolished.
some. All the bricks are worth $1.35 a fence a brick. So why can't I do the work and profit out of it? And plus, at the end of the day, isn't, even if they would do the work, isn't it still my land? I would still have to
But you need,
put something else on it.
but you
No,
need
the
to contact the
lien's
city
gonna
and
go
get the
on us.
permit.
Right, so what would happen,
Right,
sir, wait a minute,
right.
sir,
I
what-
would still get the permit.
right, if you tear it down yourself, you will have to do asbestos
Right.
remediation. But if you tear it down yourself, the city will not put a lien on your property for that, because we won't have to do the work. However, the problem we have is the way that the front of this building is leaning, we're concerned that it may come down, or bricks may start hurting people, so people need you.
That is true, but that is true. If y'all are really concerned with my building coming down across the street, that building is twice as worse.
We're working with
So
a
if y'all are really
structural
concerned
engineer
about
on
that,
that.
I mean, if you, because I had two contractors that went out there. They thought I was talking about the other building twice because they thought it was a lot worse coming down than my building. And I'm willing to work with y'all or to do whatever that y'all want to be done. I'm just asking for time to do it.
I think you're only,
Since there's an issue, and we also know it's a safety issue. I don't want to see nobody hurt. I don't want to see the kids hurt. I don't want to see none of that. No, we want to actually fix it.
so I think what you need to do now is go to the city, get the permit, and proceed from that point. And that's basically all we can do at this point.
Right.
Okay. All right.
I will tell you, sir, that if the building does if it does become down, and we've had that before, where the city had to go out and, because it was taking so long, and we had to actually finish the demolition on a building that was coming down, and they were doing it themselves, and they couldn't get it done, and it fell into the road. So in that situation, we will, but hopefully you'll get
I
it
mean,
done
we're gonna use
quickly,
professional people.
and we won't have.
We're gonna use
Right.
We're gonna use professional people that know what they're doing, and at the end of the day, they have to have a license, and y'all gotta approve them. So that shouldn't be an issue.
Okay?
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On the permit.
Yeah, well, if we need the permit, probably in 1 week's time. We need, you want to get the
Can
permit?
You want me to turn this back on?
Can
Yeah.
you
need
go
get
to the city
permit
and
within
get that
1
permit
week.
tomorrow?
I mean, I
I'll make that
can, if I'm
application.
allowed, yeah.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
good.
thank you.
Thank you.
Is that all?
Thank you.
All right,
Yeah,
yes,
thank
yes,
you.
that's all. All right. now we have Appeal 0224.
Okay.
Steve, would you bring us up to speed on this one?
Yes. Hang on a second, sorry. Okay, so the property received a violation for rubbish piling up, 6/20/20, that's a long time ago. Dobby issued a notice of violation in December of 2023. And it was basically, this trash tree line appears someone is living there, furniture scattered around the property. And then in, let's see, December 18th citation was issued. And December 28th, property failed a reinspection. In January, Ignacio Trivio filed an appeal citation. There's a lot of, you can see the pictures. It's pretty much, I believe people have been dumping on the property, obviously. It looks like a hoarding issue. Very common hoarding issue. At any rate, it wasn't getting any better, it was getting worse. So we do have an appeal on that here tonight.
All right. Trujillo, would you like to speak to the board?
Yes. I'm just want to, I don't know what to say. Because anything of that is mine.
None of the
Nothing.
rubbish?
Nothing.
So somebody's dumping these
Exactly.
items on your property?
I own the lot, yes, I do, but John is more familiar than anybody else here. We've been following this since 2015, the same issue, all the time. So this is not just now, not December or whatever, it's just for years. It's been the same. We take care of one part and they just keep falling the same.
Is there any way for you, as the property owner, to fence the chain link?
I don't
fence,
think
or
that will change anything, to be honest with you.
There's no way to,
Throw it over the fence.
Yeah, I mean, that will not be the stop.
Have you ever thought about selling it, Nacho?
Huh?
Have you ever thought about selling it?
I try to give it away. That's what I would try to
give it
do.
away?
Yes, I will try to get a hold of the,
It has been a problem for a
the
long
Habitat, the Habitat.
Yeah.
I think I want to get a hold of them to see if they can do something. I mean, it's gonna be scary to put somebody to live in there when it's something, around here. Because, I mean, it's not only me. I mean, they take pictures on my lot, but you see right next to it's still the same thing. He's a neighbor. He can say something about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an issue that it goes not only on my lot, it's everywhere.
If you all see somebody doing that, you know. you
I mean, how
call
can I
the
see it? I mean,
police.
there's no way that I can see
know
something
that
like
you
that.
have-
I'm even scared to go up there myself. I mean, I'm not gonna go out there just to check or to put a camera there to check if somebody's dumping something.
Is there
I'm not gonna
an
do that.
RV on that?
Hmm?
There's two people living in a camper that just recently moved in. The culprit, the real problem, is the gentleman next to him, because he's like the attractor of all the vagrants. Sanford and Sons, what we refer to.
See the
Well,
guy that
he
has
was
the
also,
birds?
yes,
Huh?
it is.
See the guy that walks around with the birds?
The birds.
He's got parakeets
Bird on
or,
his shoulder.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
But he's under
Mike.
citation, I'm thinking on this same agenda. He got a default judgment.
Because I mean, the front of his house, I mean, it's full of
Yes.
garbage.
Yeah.
So what we talked to Nacho about is working with Public Works to come and clean that out, because since there was no appeal, there should be a citation on the property next to it. And so,
A final.
a final order, sorry. And so we're going to, the city is gonna have to go clean that up. And so we talked to Nacho about maybe using Public Works to clean up his property, and you were okay with that?
Absolutely.
And that he was
But-
willing to,
My question would be like that person that he's living up there, how are they gonna make him move? I mean, because they didn't ask for my permission to go and sit at the trailer up there.
yeah. Well, is he on your property or?
Yes.
The trailer is, the
Okay.
camper is.
Oh my gosh, there's a camper on your property
Yes.
that
Yes.
you didn't even
No,
give
sir.
permission to
No,
be
sir.
there?
No, they're squatters.
And they
Oh,
moved
my
in
stars.
after I started taking
Yeah,
pictures.
that's a civil, you need to,
You think they always pick up on Mexicans, that's what it is? I
that's
guess.
a civil matter.
Well,
I have to say that.
Right, well,
this is unique, because I don't think we've ever had a or since I've been on this board, we've had a citation, and the owner wasn't guilty. The owner
I
was a
appreciate that,
victim,
Mr. Taylor, I
a
appreciate
victim
that.
of
Because I'm not getting that on.
somebody else's action.
He's an unfortunate owner of a
Right.
piece of property.
right,
that-
if we, and Gasho has called, and we talked with Gasho about possible solutions with using Public Works. If we go Public Works is gonna have to go out and clean up the property next to it, we won't be able to move the camper. The camper's gonna be a civil matter. You know,
Well, I
we
told,
won't-
I told Steve and Dolly, in case they go up there, they need to bring the police department up there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because that's a illegal trespass.
Yeah.
Is that not
Well,
the
and
law?
yeah, and you could contact the police about the trespass, and you can do a civil matter. But we wouldn't want any fine on Gotcha or anything like that.
And the other thing, that according to him, like say his neighbor, he says that the license plate of those trucks they're driving, they don't have the license from Henderson. They're from Evansville. I mean, that's what he just said, so.
There's two more living just on the other side, to the left of this picture here. There's two
By
more
the little
people
creek on the side?
living
Is
in
that
a
what he
tent.
says?
Yeah,
Since last
that's where the
November.
border,
Chris,
the property line is.
Chris is bringing garbage across the state line, federal offense.
Yeah, we're aware of those.
Interstate.
Wow.
We're aware of those.
He's gonna show you.
It's a
If
federal.
you want me to point that
Yeah.
out, back
I'm
in here
listening.
on Olive and Viper's property, there's a community. Two people, they got a great big tent and a bunch more of this. And part of that belongs to them, but almost every bit of this belongs to Mike. He just uses it, Nacho's property to, I mean, one time he had a big fire and we had the police out there because he stores firewood, limbs, and just sets them on fire right there in the trailer park. But,
So that's a trailer
This
park
new
back
community,
there.
that mobile home, there's another mobile home, not counting that one, that's sitting on the edge of the down road. But there's one right at the back of my pickup when I come home. I'm also a truck driver going 3 or 4 weeks at a time. And I come home, there's a new community living, and he
Oh.
parks in the street. And now he's stacking his trash in the street. But it's not Nacho, because me and him have talked for years. And I let him know, hey, we got a new one. But there is a woman and a man in the camper that put this stuff here. But then there's two more drug dealers or drug users in a tent over there on the, all these spices.
Well, we then, as a board, we could act and remove the citation if the city's willing to work with the property owner.
Oh, yeah, we've been working with Gotcha on this, and we're going to arrange for Public Works to clean up the adjacent property owner stuff, material, and
Do they
then
need
at
to
the
make a
same
motion?
time,
Yeah.
we'll do that.
On the
And
citation.
Gotcho has agreed to sign an agreement that he'll pay for the Public Works portion on his property. So, and we don't have any, we don't want to fine Gotcho or anything. He's been he's been good to work with us. It's a mess. I did want to say on the 10th, we have contacted property. Correct.
Okay, you have a
Yeah.
recommendation then from the city. What's the pleasure of the board? What'd you say? You made a motion to do what?
I mean, we're
To
not,
set aside
set aside the citation.
the fine.
What's the legal term,
Fines.
Chris, we need to use here?
Grant the appeal, dismiss the citation.
Dismiss the citation, grant the appeal.
Grant the
That's your
appeal.
motion.
That's my motion.
Do we have a second to that motion?
Yes.
John seconded. Is there any question or discussion?
I got one. for Chris or Mr. Hopgood. We see these people coming in, and this is not the first group, this is not the second or third group. And we sometimes, when they ain't there, their stuff just ends up disappearing. What's the legal way of handling someone that's criminal trespassing? Because when we call the city police, we often get we can't do nothing. I got a case sitting here that I actually was sitting in my condo, my dad's condo, Golden Glaze Baker. We have a condo in New Smyrna Beach, and I'm sitting there playing with my phone, and my neighbors are telling me somebody has been in my house, and I'm watching my Google account, my own Gmail Google account. I'm actually traveling around Henderson. They actually entered my house, stole my password, and got in, hacked my account. And I called and filed, or I went up and filed a police report with Jake Eisenhood. And this was 2021. And I have not heard nothing, no case, no complaint. And we got 3 eyewitnesses that identified the person that broke into my house. Nothing was done.
That's beyond the scope of this board's authority.
Well, that's the thing, this is happening to him as well.
Illegal trespass is illegal.
But when you call the police, who we actually pay to take care of this, they tell us to take care of it. But then that puts us in jeopardy, because I'm prone to get into a conflict.
I would say Ms. Kelsey will probably talk to the city manager and the chief about this very item that we're talking about as we speak.
If it were my property, I would get a trail cam, and if I didn't want to spend that money, I'd get a sign up, at least a sign that says it's under observation, a fake cam. That'll probably deter someone. If you can get a trail cam and get a license plate on someone.
Yeah.
If you're from Indiana and it's a misdemeanor, we can, issue a citation. If they ever come back, we can't go get somebody to have to, it's extra $5.
Right.
But that's one thing to do, if we, in case of license plate, and,
Well,
But this needs to be taken care of.
And that's the thing, but this is repeating. I mean, this has been going on since, how many times, he doesn't work for the landfill, he shouldn't have to pay to clean up.
Maybe it's on the right of way of a mobile.
We understand.
Suggested go to city commission meeting.
ever ceases to make it was a felony.
That doesn't seem felony.
But I can
Excuse me,
advise-
can I ask a question? According to what you're saying, because they're from Evansville, from Indiana, it's nothing they can bring into court or nothing like that, only because they're from Evansville?
You can issue a misdemeanor and a citation and a bit of warrant. We won't go to Evansville and get someone on a misdemeanor.
If they run back across the river.
Yeah. Right. Now, if they come over here and get a speeding ticket, we also got you for this, then they'll take them to jail because there's a warrant for this.
So what can we call what they're doing right now on my property?
Yeah, they're living here.
Well, I think
That's
that's
illegal
here, that's
trespass.
easy. That's, you're here.
They're there right now.
So we cannot charge you for anything?
If you're in Kentucky, you commit a misdemeanor, they'll, take you to jail.
I think he's wanting to know the steps to evicting the people that are illegally
yeah.
living in the camper
I would
on his
file,
property.
I would file an eviction.
Yeah.
Notice that, there's a requirement of 30-day notice for trespassers.
Right.
So I don't think.
If you're
I don't
trespassing,
think you have to be a trespasser.
If I go to an eviction, it's a lot of paperwork and a lot of time involved, and a lot of money that I have to pay. Start with the sheriff department.
Right.
And I don't think I want to go through that.
The best thing to do is have the police go up there and say, if you're not off here in an hour and a half, we're gonna get you off. Police can say-
I don't think the police will do that.
Well,
I would give that a shot.
your complaints have been heard. Let me say
Yeah.
that.
Well-
There's a lot of folks here that
Oh.
have had.
Steve, will you want to take care of that?
I would love to help you.
You're going to clean up, so just, I mean, they are involved, they are in
Yeah,
it.
gotcha, we've got your cell phone number, so I have a
Yes.
feeling the city manager will reach out to you.
That would be great.
And I'm going to give you some advice as a fellow property owner who gets dumped on. Put your trail cam up high, because they'll steal it. I've tried that. Put it up beyond reach, so they have to have a ladder to get it out of the tree, because I've tried to catch trespassers doing the same thing on my property, and you got to put it up high enough they can't reach it.
You might want to get a really, really, really tall ladder, because there's a couple.
You're not
Nacho.
All right, thank you, Nacho, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you all both
Thank you.
please sign in?
Tony? Okay.
Board, we've had discussion and now it's time for a vote. All in favor, aye? Aye. Motion's carried. All right, do we have a report of, enforcement report for the month?
So citations withdrawn by the city this month are 4. Uncontested citations are 8,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, good luck.
and that's it.
No weeds growing, Dobby.
No, but I have got, you know, people are gonna be getting their taxes, so you know I'm gonna have a bunch of mattresses and couches. And TVs.
There's already
We
some.
live on Johnston.
Yeah.
If,
They can do
I lived there for a while.
is there any,
Oh.
is there
I
any
lived
new
right
business?
there because I was.
Any other new business to come?
That's
I think I've lost order. Is there any other new business to come before this board? If not, we stand adjourned.
Yeah, I actually got just.
You know,